Hey everyone, today I have a new video of the Gemini Jet September 2023 releases. Starting off in 1/400 scale, we have the Air Wisconsin CRJ-200. Next up, we have the Bonza 737 MAX 8. Next up, we have the British Airways A321neo. Next up, we have the Emirates A380 in the new livery. Next up, we have the Emirates 777-300ER in the new livery. Next up, we have the same thing but with the flaps and slats extended. Next up, we have the Qatar 737 MAX 8. Next up, we have the Southwest 737-800 Tennessee 1. Next up, we have the Air Force One 747-200. Next up, we go to Gemini MAX. We have the C-17 Globemaster III, North Carolina Air National Guard. Next up, going in the 1 to 200 scale, we have the Airbus A321neo for American Airlines. Next up, we have the Dash 8-100 for American Airlines in the Piedmont Retro livery. Next up, we have the British Airways 777-200ER. And next up, we have the same thing but with flaps and slats extended. Next up is the Delta 717-200. Next up is the Emirates A380 in the new livery. Next up is the RAAF 737-700. Next up is the same thing. Next up is the same thing with the 100 years sticker on the tail. Next up is the Southwest 727-200. I bet that one's going to sell great. Next up is the Fokker F-100 for TAM Brazilian Airlines. Or TAM, whatever it's called. Next up is the US Air MD-82. And next up, and last but not least, is the Gemini GA 172 scale Piper J-3 Cub. And that's all for this set. I think it's not a bad set. I'm not sure if I'm going to be getting any. If I do, it'll most likely be the Tennessee 1 737-800 for Southwest, but I'm not sure yet. Would like the C-17 Globemaster in the North Carolina ANG, but I'm not sure about that either. Maybe the Emirates new livery. But hope you enjoyed the video. Feel free to comment on which ones you'll be getting. See ya.